Wills is off to that there London to see the mighty Maiden. The trouble is, I can't go, so he's being let loose in London alone. What could possibly go wrong? So sit back and enjoy the ride. And if all you blood brothers and sisters would like this video and subscribe to the channel, we'd be most grateful. Now there's only one thing left for me to say. I hope you have a brilliant time. Be good, try to stay out of mischief, and whatever you do, don't get lost.
Okay.
Good luck, Wills.
Let's hope the train's on time.
So far, so good. It looks like he's caught train 1.
On the first train, it was bang on time. So far, so good.
That is a rarity. A quiet and on-time train in the UK. Now you've got a 4-minute connection in Birmingham. You'd better run, lad.
Just made it.
Glad to hear it. Maybe we can let you out alone more often.
Well, made it to Euston dead on time as well, which is lucky because I nearly missed the connecting train at Birmingham International, and I went over on the bottom step and hurt my foot. Ow!
Ah, okay. So maybe not. You've made it, but you've picked up an injury. Let's play a little bit of Iron Maiden to make it better.
Now it's only 11:20 and I'm starving and I can't book into my hotel till 3 o'clock. So I think I'm going to go head over to Stratford and try and find the Cart and Horses pub, which is where Iron Maiden first started out. Let's try and find it.
Loving your work, Wills. You're going to give us an Iron Maiden tour of London.
Now, according to my app, I've got to go on the Northern Line southbound, get off the Tottenham Court Road, and then change for the, I think it's the Central Line eastbound, which is Stratford. So, don't normally do this without Rachel, so let's see what happens.
You could do it, lad. I'm back here in Wales rooting for you. The London Underground can be quite tricky to navigate.
The Tottenham Court Road, then turn to the Central Line.
But Soft Lad seems to be knocking it out of the park today. So many cities across the world that we've visited have lovely straight-lined, organised, sensible underground maps. London's looks like a unicorn has vomited a plate of rainbow spaghetti. What do you suggest, Wills?
If it's too complicated for you, I recommend the Tube Map app.
And if Wills can do it, so can you. Time for another blast of the mighty Maiden to make this journey better.
Now, I'm pretty chuffed that I finally made it to Stratford. Even though I'm fairly familiar with the London Underground, when I come down with Rachel, I normally sort of follow her like a sheep, and I normally get lost whenever I'm down here on my own. So we're going to go and try and find the Cart and Horses pub, as I said earlier. No idea where it is, no idea which exit to take. Knowing my navigational skills, who knows?
You're doing so well, lad. Now choose your exit carefully.
Now, there seems to be 2 exits out of Stratford Station. I've taken the town centre one. No idea if it's right. I think it's time for Google Maps.
Or use an app.
13 minutes and it's just started to rain.
And you've packed a coat?
We've got the Westfield Shopping Complex over there, and we've got the Railway Tavern Hotel coming up here, so I think we're going to take a right, according to Google Maps.
Of course you didn't. But well done. Looks like you found it.
And there we have it, the Cart and Horses. Musical history was made here in the late 70s.
The Cart and Horses was a regular venue for Maiden's bass player Steve Harris, with his earlier bands Gypsy's Kiss and Smiler. After leaving Smiler, he formed Iron Maiden on Christmas Day in 1975. Maybe that's why you're so drawn to the May, Wills. Christmas Day.
I thought it'd be empty in here, no such luck.
Wills is here to see the last gig on the UK leg of the Future Past tour. These lovely people had been lucky enough to see the gig last night.
What was last night like? Oh my god, it was absolutely amazing. Best atmosphere, everyone. There was different ages, we had little kids right up to there was so many different people. It was absolutely amazing, and everybody just says hi. It's the best group of people to be with. I love it so much.
Thanks so much for sharing that. It sounds incredible. Now, are you going to opt for a healthy lunch? That'll be a no. Back to a bit of history. There were a number of lineup changes in the band in the late 1970s, but their music was going from strength to strength, and they were growing ever popular. If you didn't get into the Cart and Horses early enough, you ran the risk of being locked out. Today, this pub is a Maiden fan's pilgrimage. Ooh, signed drumskins. Wills would kill for one of those. There is so much memorabilia in this pub, it's well worth a visit. Today it's filled with fans eagerly awaiting tonight's gig at the O2. So how was your visit there, Wills? Did you enjoy yourself?
Well, that was very cool going in the Cart and Horses at the Iron Maiden pub, the birthplace of Iron Maiden. How cool is that? I met a lovely couple called Lauren and Nathan. You just heard Lauren having a bit of a talk about last night's show, because this is the second night show in the O2 tonight. So now we're off to go and find the Ruskin Arms. It doesn't exist anymore, but the building's still there. Let's see if we can find it.
Thanks for the transition, Adrian. Now where to?
Jubilee line to West Ham first. Off we go.
Wills, you are totally acing this solo travel thing. I'm really impressed. And after that,
And now it's the district line to East Ham.
tour guide Tony really is knocking this out the park today. Now I know you're not as clueless as you make out on directions. You can take the lead more often. Now where?
We're heading to 386 High Street North, which is about 9 miles up here. No, not 9 miles, 9 minutes up here. About half a mile.
Miles? Minutes? Is this a crashing return to form, lad?
Okay, first fail of the day. I've just been walking quarter of a mile the wrong way. I turned left outside the station instead of turning right. I wonder why Google Maps kept buzzing me. Anyway, this way, hopefully.
And normal service resumes.
Now that's very cool.
Yes, it is, but it's peeing down with rain. You've got no coat, and you've just walked half a mile the wrong way, with Google repeatedly telling you you were being an idiot. But you seem to have found the Ruskin Arms. Tell us a little about it.
Ooh, we're training now. Now this building behind me is on 386 High Street North in the middle of East Ham. And the building is the old Ruskin Arms. It used to be a very popular music venue back in the day. It's closed now, even though the sign's still up. But anyone who knows anything about early Iron Maiden history, this is one of the venues where they really sort of cut their cloth when Paul Di'Anno was the singer. This was one of their regular horns. Pretty cool, eh?
Gonna get on down! Welcome, your very own Iron Maiden, come on! And you!
Yes, in 1978, Paul Di'Anno was brought in on vocals, and the lineup from that time was the one that featured on their first album. And this is where they regularly played. Cool.
And now in the pouring down rain, we're going to make our way to Lancaster Gate, which is where my hotel is for the night. So let's see if we can find it.
You've aged well, Steve. Wills is so excited to see you later, if he doesn't get lost again. Looks like it's going well though. Well done that lad, and remember, if it beeps, you're a moron.
6-minute walk apparently to the hotel. There's Hyde Park next to it. It's a Bruce Springsteen gig on there tonight.
You're spoilt for choice in London today.
Nearly at the hotel now, can just see it over there. Glad the sun's come out.
Amazing, and the hotel?
This looks posh.
Someone's gone all out.
And here we go, in the hotel at last. So let's take a look, shall we?
A room tour if you would please, so I can see what I'm missing. It looks alright, what do you think?
That'll do the job. Right, dried out a bit, it's time to go to the gig.
It's nearly time, lads. Wills is on his way. Just a lot of steps first. 78 steps, well executed, Wills. I think Wills's Tube Map app has been well and truly used today. Now, where do we get off for the O2 then?
North Greenwich for us.
Cheers for that, lad. Very useful information. There is always the other way you can find an Iron Maiden gig. Just follow the ever-growing crowd of Iron Maiden t-shirts. You'll get there. How are we doing, Wills? Are we excited for tonight's gig?
Love that they're playing Iron Maiden in the station. Oh, they're not, it's a busker.
And a good busker at that. Well done, that lad. The rain is holding off and the crowds are starting to arrive.
Well, I've got the O2 behind me. There's lots of Maiden t-shirts about. It's still a bit early, it's 25 to 5, so the doors aren't open yet. So I'll try and find something to eat or a drink.
What? You're going to do pint time without me? How very rude. And of course, Mr. I've got 150 t-shirts and tried to keep all of them in a small wardrobe had to hit the merch store. And what did he buy? A hoodie? A scarf? No, of course he didn't. It's another bloody t-shirt. That'll be 151 now, and you only still wear the same 7. Oh, I am sorry. I seem to have gone off on a t-shirt rant there. Back to Iron Maiden. Wills thought it would be a very good idea to buy a programme later so he didn't have to hold it. This is in fact a very bad idea, as they sold out. It's time to go in. Now, neither of us have ever been to the O2, so I'll be super interested to see what it's like inside. Well, so far, it looks like a giant shopping centre filled with Maiden fans to me. Yes, it definitely has that shopping centre look to it. Can you describe it better, Wills? How about you make it far more rock and roll and cool?
Never been to the O2 before. Kind of reminds me of the inside of Caesar's Palace in Vegas for some reason.
Yeah, that'll do it. Caesar's Palace, rock and roll. In true Wills fashion, rather than find his door and queue, he just followed the crowd. How's it going, Wills?
Not quite sure what's going on.
Neither is Sharon behind you by the looks of it. Security is pretty thorough, but then again, this is a massive gig. How's it going, Wills?
I've scanned my ticket and I've got a wristband.
Great stuff. Now to walk through the giant scanner and you're all done. It looks like you might be one of the first in, lad.
Wait till you get in.
Top work. Look at that, right down the front.
Well, this is cool.
It certainly is. The support for tonight's band is the Raven Age, an English heavy metal band formed in 2009 by guitarist George Harris, the son of Iron Maiden Steve Harris. What do you reckon, Wills? And they've just released their third album, Blood Omen. Let's take a listen. Really enjoyed their music, but did say they were a bit pretty. I think someone's getting old.
Thank you so much, love.
Thank you, Raven Age. For a quick set turnaround, and the crowd eagerly awaits the Mighty Maiden. Iron Maiden always start their shows to UFO's Doctor Doctor. It gives the band members their 5-minute call. Here we go. The intro into the song, Caught Somewhere in Time, is the only pre-recorded bit of music in the show, unlike many other bands. Then the band kicks in. these gigs are usually very well behaved. There is often some moshing which can be annoying for people close by, but it isn't done with any harm intended. During the song Heaven Can Wait, Bruce Dickinson and Eddie have a gunfight. The mascot, Eddie, originally created by Derek Riggs, is the character that appears on most Iron Maiden t-shirts and on stage during the show. You can always expect a bit of fire in a Maiden show. Last song, Alexander the Great, hasn't been played live since appearing on the 1986 album Somewhere in Time. It's a fan favourite for sure. With a combined age of 400 years old, these guys' energy sure puts a lot of today's bands to shame.
We will be back, honestly, I tell you, we're going to be back. We're not going away. Don't worry about it.
Incredible! Now Nico McBrain has signed his drum skins and is throwing them into the crowd. I don't believe it.
Thank you very much. Film me yourself. Give me that. Hey, what? Hold it up. Hold your fucking pickup. Nice one. You're more happy than that. Come on. Yeah! Hold it up. And very, very useless.
Out of 20,000 people, Wills catches one of a few skins. What do we say?
This band are okay at the best. What are they on about? The best fucking band in the world!
At the end of the gig, it's custom for people from across the globe to come together with their flags. It might be bonkers, but it's nice to see a Welsh flag in there.
How good was that? And I caught Nico's drum skin.
Someone's as happy as a clam. Oh look, that's Maiden's live sound engineer, Ken Pooch Van Druten. Cool name. One last soak-up of the atmosphere. The customary telling off to stop filming the crew's get out. Sorry, missus. Then Wills met.
Hello, this is Postcard and a Pints channel. My name's Joey Clark, I'm from Sheffield, and I've been following Iron Maiden on the Future Past Tour 2023. Up the irons!
Thanks, Joey. And another fan?
Yeah, wicked. First time seeing Maiden. Go wicked, rock on.
After all that queuing just to buy a programme at the end of the gig so I didn't ruin it, they've sold out. Brilliant.
A told you it was a bad idea. Now, how'd you get 20,000 people into a tube station?
I've just discovered this queue is for the underground and there's minor delays on the Jubilee line. Oh dear, look at this.
Like that. You're going to be there sometime.
Now going from bad to worse, thought I'd walk to the taxi rank and it's midnight and they've got none left. Go!
So back to the station it is. You'll get home in the end, lad. Is it fast approaching 1 a.m, Wills? Past your bedtime, that, isn't it?
It's 1 a.m, I'm finally back at the hotel. My throat is dry and I can't talk. I'm so thirsty. So I'm not going to give you a sum up of the gig tonight. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But did I mention I caught Nick on Friends drum skin? Cool, eh?
Yes, it's incredibly cool and a little bit unbelievable. You are rubbish at Frisbee. But how you caught that out?
Absolutely no idea.
It didn't even look like it was coming towards you.
I tell you what, I was like a ninja. Came over and thought, oh, it's miles away from me. I never catch it. Oh, hang on. Got
out
it.
of the air like a ninja.
Absolutely.
Did you enjoy yourself?
It was one of the best gigs I've ever been to.
Oh.
I've been to lots and lots of gigs. I've seen many, many bands live. I've seen your Guns N' Roses, your Metallicas, your Bon Jovis, your Alice Cooper, all of them. Although, funnily enough, even though I've been into Maiden since, about 1988, I think I first started listening to them, this is only actually the 5th time I've been to see them. So, but I tell you what, for a bunch of guys in their 60s and 70s, they are damn good, I tell you. Musically, just absolutely incredible.
Did you miss me?
Of course I missed you. Of course I missed you. You'd have hated it.
If I wasn't working, I'd have gone to London, but I wouldn't have gone to the gig.
Oh.
Do you know what? Not so much because of the music. It's the people crowd.
You don't like people, do you?
No, I like people. I just don't like 20,000 of them all bouncing around near me. So I probably wouldn't have gone to the gig. But I have liked enjoying learning about them as I've sort of put all the script together for this one. It's been really good.
Hasn't it?
And he's even got me in a costume. Look at that. He's got me in a costume for the
my
video.
t-shirt.
It is indeed. So I think there's a lot more to say apart from...
If you hit that button, hit the subscribe button, do the likey thing.
That would be absolutely great. Are you into Iron Maiden? Have you been to a Maiden gig? Have you
yeah.
been to this tour?
Ooh.
Leave us a comment below. And as we say, in Postcard and a Pint...
Cheers to the good times. Maiden beer. Have you heard about that new Christian heavy metal band that have just started up?
What are they called?
Nuns and Moses.
Oh.